What up, Mackies and Maniacs? Good evening to you, wherever you may be. Hopefully, you guys got a chance to check out the Barefoot Pookie piece that I premiered on the Blue Channel. Um, I thought it was pretty good. Uh, Obviously, it was incomplete because I stopped in 1973. But the plan is, as I explained yesterday, to go into the crypt multiplication to where the different sets start to break off the west side. And get into that in the next one. I don't know how long it'll take me. I got a lot of the footage already uploaded. Just got to put it together. Jerry Allen, what up? Okay, good looking out on that comment, brother. I appreciate it. No bad comments on there, no negative comments. So that was a good thing. Uh, but yeah, man, I wanted Pookie wanted me to remember his legacy and push his legacy. I don't know how long I'll push it. I'll always keep it real and keep it truthful from what I learned from him and others. But I definitely want to put something out right here, right now, before I get distracted or something happens to me or my equipment. So I wanted to put my foot on the gas pedal right now. So I said it would probably be two pieces. It might be three pieces because I still want to get to me meeting Pookie and my friendship and relationship to Pookie. That way I can share my pictures that I took of Pookie over the years. Southside, what up, homeboy? Crystal, good looking out for moderating on the other channel. Appreciate it. Big Lee, what up? What's good with it? Good working. Looking forward to the rest of that Barefoot Pookie. Yeah, absolutely. You pretty much know how it's going to go. I'm going to touch on some of the sets that he was responsible for starting or played a part in the expansion and the mergers of different sets. I don't know that I'll go deep into it. I don't know if I could do another 30 something minutes, but I think it needs to be explained to those that don't know. Seems like the more Pookie interviews we got and the more people started asking around, people are starting to understand and believe Barefoot Pookie stories. Whereas a while back, man, nobody really believed Pookie stories about the different expansions and his place in different sets. Some people used to make fun of him, call him a set hopper, and then they start to realize, oh shit, this dude had leadership qualities. He had a good reputation in the streets when he was young. But anyway, so I wanna kind of talk about Gardena and Long Beach, but not, I don't want to do too much narrating. I don't want to make it opinionated or secondhand information from what I heard from Pookie, but I want to make light of it. So I won't talk long. Speaking of talking long, so I got a few complaints. Got a few complaints. Some dudes from other sets called up my homeboy, and somebody just left a comment saying the same thing about the Neighborhood Alliance videos being so short with a long intro. Got to give my homeboy credit because my homeboy had never asked me how or why it was like that. He knew without even speaking to me the purpose of all that. The purpose was the intro helped make the video longer. A short video wouldn't get no ads from YouTube, so you got to make it a certain amount of time. And the fact that I didn't want to do all that narrating and explaining and talking about the different neighborhood sets, I didn't want to go deep into their history, especially if one of them didn't represent their hood and get a history. So that's why they were short. I don't have a problem with that. Shit, I'll do it again. You know what I'm saying? I have absolutely no problems with that. Plus the fact that the mainstays on this channel have been asking for the Fitzgerald version, the long version. So I'm just giving the people what they want. For the few that's outnumbered and complaining, I feel sorry for you, brother. You could skip the intro or skip the whole video. Our numbers pretty much, for the most part, are the same across the board. My regular viewers, support the channel. So no big deal to me, man. I would offer this. Don't cheat yourself out no history. Even in these live streams, dog, I noticed like a few people, my homeboy included, a few others, have got at me and told me that they've been watching the lives, they've been catching the lives. Even one guy caught some stuff that was said about him on the live. He's on a late freight though. But my point being, even in these lives, over the years, over the course of how many ever years, 5 years, 6 years, whatever other live streams, there be some gems off in here sometime. Whether it's just me answering a question or responding to another video or offering something that's on my mind, or somebody like Crazy Dog or Barefoot Pookie or OG Cutes being a special guest and dropping gems. So you never know, man. You never know where the discovery is at when you're watching Kev Mac videos and Kev Mac video live streams. So don't cheat yourself out. No gems and no history is what I would say to those that's upset about a long intro on a short video. Let's see what they saying, man. Part of Barefoot Pookie's story remind me of how my little homie Jerk bought West Flats Sex Jerks to LA High and started West Side Sex Jerks in 85, multiplication and turf off. Absolutely. But you know what? Asiatic Supreme, I always been confused about that whole sex jerk thing because they were actually sex jerks before 85 at Palisades High School. So sometimes, like when you or somebody else state different things about sex jerks, it always throws me off because I know differently. I'm not saying I know right, but I know differently. And I was unaware originally that the prep jerks is what prompted the sex jerks as it spread southward to or northward. I'm sorry, northward toward our area. So, because I remember T69 and them, man, they used to they was tagging sex jerks before 85, bro. Because I didn't even go to Palisades. I didn't go to Palisades in 85. So I know my date is correct because I was at Palisades in 84. I went to Crenshaw in 84 and 85. So I can always pinpoint certain things and times based on that alone. So I know what I was seeing and what they was doing at Palisades in 84, But another thing too, sometimes it frustrates me. Sometimes I make light of it. But as human beings that's not recording history as it happens, sometimes we're off by a year. Sometimes we could be off by 6 months, sometime a year and a half. Sometimes our dates just ain't right. And another thing I try to explain to people that as human beings, I've said it on this channel before, you guys may remember, but something can be happening at Washington High, and at the same time something's happening, or right after something's happening at Washington High, Crenshaw High, University, Venice High, etc., etc. And you may not be aware of what's going on at another school campus. You only know what's going on at the campus that you're on. Same with people's reputation. Some people may know a humble, non-active Mac. Some people may know a hustling Mac. Some people may know a jacking Mac with a pistol lay you down. Some people may know Mac saying, "Come on, let's go." Everybody don't know the Mac story. I don't know their story. Like, you only know some of the story or maybe the bulk of the story, but you don't know everything. You don't know everything that's going on with another guy's reputation, especially if you're the type of guy that done 10, 20, 30 years in prison. How could you possibly know what somebody's doing on the streets? So a lot of times we get that, oh, he ain't never done nothing, from different sets, or this set ain't never did that. That set, they ain't never done nothing. They ain't never chipped no homie. We never went to war with them. Oh yeah, where was you at in 1983? I was in Solidarity. I was in Folsom. Oh, but you know everything that was going on in the hood. Because sometimes wars don't last long. Sometimes incidents are isolated. Sometimes we don't run and share and tell what we did or how it was done, because you're talking over a prison phone, and it's being recorded, it's being monitored. Sometimes people didn't want the law to, to be hot by the law and stuff like that. So, oh, you was in Fairfax? Oh, Naughty Boys in Fairfax, and then Pally came with their Naughty Boys. See, I don't know nothing about no Naughty Boys. Never heard of Naughty Boys. What up, y'all? What's cracking? Ain't nothing cracking, man. Glad you guys like the Barefoot Pookie segment. I know I hit SAG up. SAG hadn't watched it. I hit a couple people up. They hadn't watched it yet. Might be why it's only 2,700 views, but 2,700 views is pretty good in 2.5 hours. So no big deal. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I definitely want to try to get another part two, and then maybe my own spill on that before I exhaust my Barefoot Pookie um, videos. I don't want to overdo it, but at the same time, I want to put it out there because in my mind, Barefoot Pookie really wanted me to do this. And I don't mean in my mind like I made it up myself. I'm remembering Barefoot Pookie had always mentioned for me to keep his legacy alive. But the worst part, or the emphatic part, is Baby S Mac, the last text I got from him, he was saying, man, remember, Pookie wanted you to put him out there, so put him out there. That resonated with me because my mind was already thinking that. And when he says, it's like, damn, the universe works like that sometimes. So there's a big part of me telling me, just go ahead and don't worry about if people get tired of Barefoot Pookie or put too much out there. Just put it out there while I can. So I think that's what I'm going to do. Part two. And then a third episode of just my friendship with Pookie. Barefoot Pookie can never get old. Maybe not. Like further down the line, we probably all want to go back and look at whatever it is I put out on Pookie. But I think right now, and I'm just speaking for myself, though, for the most part, I'm tired of the Barefoot Pookie already. My buddy, my partner, but I'm tired of all the Pookie stuff. I always feel like some things can be overdone. You know what I'm saying? And so fighting myself within, but I think the right thing to do is go ahead and put up the crypt multiplication and then share my friendship with Barefoot Pookie. Shotty Mac though, what's up with you, homeboy? What's up? What's up, Michelle? I wonder if Barefoot Pookie ever sat anything down on Fig. Good question. Good question, dog. Because he mentioned that when he was young, Fig was the holster already. And he tried his hand in the game with his partner Mike Concepcion when he was younger. So who knows? But one thing I do know about Pookie, I'm gonna share this with y'all to the curious. I don't know how the family feels or thinks. I don't know how Pookie's friends, what's up, OG Steve, friends feel or what they know. But if you know what he told me, you know I'm telling the truth. Barefoot Pookie didn't want to reminisce on doing drugs and pimping. He just changed, man, to where he thought exploiting a female was not cool, and he didn't take joy in having women working for him. And he definitely didn't want to revisit doing drugs. So I'll share that with y'all, man. Pookie had a way about himself where he just wanted to be respected. Unless you piss him off, unless you make him mad, he wanted to be peaceful and just talk about positive things, good things, man. Crystal, they would be at Uncle Jam's Army dances. Those interviews with Pookie are untouchable. I think we need more acutes on camera. Not necessarily put an interview out, but I think we need more acutes so we can tie a cute story together too, right? I think that would be awesome to capture Cutes 4 or 5 times and put his story together. Because, see, if you notice, it took all them different interviews of Pookie just to get little things out, like where he got the name from, how he walked around barefooted. You know, it took a bunch of different interviews because your mindset changed, the questions can be different, the environment can make you remember things differently. And I'm glad that Pookie was able to share on multiple occasions so we could put it all together. At least he was able to see the error in his way and change. Oh, absolutely. Because, like the end of the video, the pastor said, he changed his life and he was sincere. Uh, I know you guys didn't go to the funeral, but at the funeral, a female family friend said they used to pray with Pookie I forgot what day, every Saturday, I think, or maybe every Sunday, with Pookie and his daughter, his family. And so that's what Pookie did. You know, I talked to Fitzgerald about this a couple times. It was funny and not really funny. I don't know my Bible. I don't know religion like that, right? But I be talking to Pookie. We be on some gang shit, just some Black history shit. And one way or another, he would always throw a Bible scripture at me or an incident in the Bible. And I admired that because I'm like, damn, I don't know my Bible. I can't do that. Like, and I'd be like, damn, Pookie, you know your Bible from front to back. And he's like, yeah, man. He's like, I study all the time. I always reading the Bible. So I remember I went to his house one time, his apartment on Western Avenue, across from Sportsman Park in the 90s. I went over there. Didn't know what to expect. I went over there, and Pookie got this little weight bench and his Bible out. I'm like, okay, all right. Dude stays in shape and keeps his mind sharp. So I kind of like that environment of what I seen when I went over there. I kind of admired that. I got a Bible too. I can show y'all my Bible. That Bible probably don't even open no more. The pages are probably all stuck together. You know, so much dust on it. I won't even touch. I won't even dust it off. Yeah, I ain't opened my Bible since shit. Probably since I prayed that I get out of jail on that 3 strike. Oh boy! First time I saw Barefoot Pookie was on Peacemaker about 2010ish. Yeah, man. I remember that show. Rick, what up, Rick? But yeah, Pookie was like, what would the term be? Someone that's like a genius, but you really don't know it. Like Pookie was very, very smart, very educated. I think he got camera shy. I think once you turn the lights on, his mind gets to wandering or he gets nervous or something. I know when I first met him, he was always real nervous, but he got comfortable over the years. He got real comfortable over the years with doing the camera thing. I don't know if it's from trust or from practice, but uh, Pookie was a good guy, man, and never fell short of sharing knowledge and stuff. And so it just tripped me out how his interviews don't reflect how smart he really was, how much of a genius he really was. Pookie was a real smart guy. And even like I threw it in there when he got sentenced that he maintained a high grade point average throughout his school years. I think he had the second highest coming out of sixth grade and ninth grade or something like that. You doing God's work by passing on the information and how you wrapped up the videos for sure. Yeah, good looking out. And originally, when we started doing this for as a passion, just doing it with our own money, just throwing money away, throwing thousands away with these magazines and putting hours in. Man, I used to then go to sleep. I would go to sleep about 6 in the morning, sleep to about 8 in the morning. So I was staying up like 22 hours a day. eyes on fire, eyes burning. I'm tired. And so we would put all this work in, all this money in for the magazine and just studying shit, making sense of things. And uh, I wanted to pass the information along to the guys outside of California. I really didn't think that people inside of California would be hungry for this knowledge and truth. I just got tired of the internet having so much fake stuff about neighborhood Crips being two times and Gear Gang neighborhood Crip back in the day. And Gear Gang's the biggest hood on the west side. Just a lot of different stuff that I was like, man, where are they getting this stuff from? So Jerry Allen, that's what initially I set out to do, is set a lot of stuff straight. You know, even when Alonzo had street gangs form, a lot of misinformation, lots of misinformation. People just saying things for no reason. And they would argue you down. They would argue you, and I would feel like they getting the best of me. And then I'll be like, where you live at? You know, and the cities and states they would say, I'd be like, man, this fool arguing me down and he don't know what the hell he talking about. He got this from somebody else. But as me and S-Mac later discovered, some of this stuff was coming out of newspaper articles and books. You know, when you got these white scholars or whatever they are, these white reporters, these white authors that aren't really down in the hood, like grimy with it, like didn't grow up in this life, they get some truths from the police. They may talk to a guy in the hood and get some info from him. And then all the blank spots, like with me, if you give me something and I don't get it all, I want to go to Melvin Hardy. I want to go to Warlock. I want to go to O'Neal. I want to go to Big Rick. I want to go to Chief Star. I want to go to the older homies, Babyface. I want to go to somebody in Compton. I want to go to somebody in West LA, somebody in the Harlems, because the Harlems been on deck for a long time. I want to ask them dudes and see if I could fill in the blanks. But these authors, these guys that's not from our era, or don't look like us, they make shit up in the blanks. Whatever comes to their mind or whatever's gonna make this story sound good, they put in the blanks. I'm gonna give you some examples. If you think I'm lying, just go do some research. They used to always say that the Crips didn't know how to spell. They were uneducated black kids and they didn't know how to spell. Couldn't spell Crips, couldn't spell a 5-letter word, a 4-letter word, Crip or Crib. And they would talk about Raymond Washington, didn't go to school, he was uneducated. Well, Raymond Washington got letters still alive right now that he wrote to his mama, his brother, his nephews. You know, they got letters. Raymond Washington wasn't no dummy. That's a stereotype that's pushed and unleashed on us because of where we grew up and how we grew up. These guys don't even know us. These guys have no idea that a lot of people went to school. You know, like myself, I was smart up in the 6th grade. I wasn't interested in school after that. You know, but I went to school. I graduated. Shit, who couldn't graduate from Crenshaw High? But uh, I graduated. They don't know this. Like old writings would say, you know, black people dropped out of school in 8th grade, 9th grade. Maybe a lot of people did drop out of school early. But guess what? I know a whole lot of Crips that went to school when I went to school. So all Crips didn't drop out. All Crips wasn't dummies. You had some though. Uh, Raymond and Tookie were intelligent. Yeah, Tookie was very intelligent. I'm not sure when Tookie got his the bulk of his education. I know Q said he went to college. I know he went to adult school at Washington High School. Maybe that's what Q said. Adult high school. Good looking out, Shotty. Appreciate you, my brother. End of the month, too, man. This is when it counts. That's why I always get active at the end of the month. The end of the month is when it counts. So I appreciate you, brother. Appreciate a real supporter and a real friend, from the community that I can say I know. I grew up where I grew up, when I grew up. You know what I mean? And you had the flyest Camaro back in the day for a youngster, boy. You was on deck with that Camaro without question. Oh, Shotty Mac. But I know Tookie studied when he was with Tretch and them on Death Row. So I know he I know him, and that's the coldest donation I've seen here. Good looking out. Appreciate it. Salute Kid Mac and Maniacs. Number one, what's up with you, homeboy? Kid Mac also pioneered this interview format everyone's copying the 2020 era of genius, which is true, but I don't take all that credit. I give lots of credit to Baby S Mac. I give him a lot of credit. I always maintain that me and him started doing this together. If you don't know the story, if you haven't heard this before, Baby S Mac would ask me questions back in the day. Back in those days, it wasn't cool to ask questions. People thought you was a police, an informant, or you couldn't hold water. You share this information with the wrong people in the wrong light, stuff like that. But the number one thing was you a police. Well, I was good with a lot of homies and had met dudes from other sets while I was locked up in the county jail and in prison. So I would hit the homies up and hit the rivals up and ask them about information from their hood to get his questions answered. So we did this together. You know what I'm saying? It's like we fed off each other. Like I get some answers for him, he get hungry for more. The more hungry he get, shit, the more I wanted to make sense of this shit too. So we did it together. And it's actually him. I always give him props on this right here. He knows world history way better than me. He knows American history better than me. He knows the times of the different eras that went on in America. Jim Crow, civil rights, the whole get down, slavery and everything. So the reason why I say that is when you start telling us about where your parents came from and stuff, he can equate that a lot better than I can and make sense of it. And he he's a smart guy, very smart guy, man. He doesn't always show it in the sense that he doesn't use all of the arsenal that he has in his brain. But if you're smart and intelligent too, if you have a college education and you listen to his interviews, some people pick up on that. They pick up on the knowledge that Baby S Mac has about world history and American government, money, uh, slavery, different movements, the political parties, presidents, all of that stuff. So he's really good with that, and I admire that about him. But as far as the questions go, it's a mix. The questions are definitely a mix between Kelmac and Ismac. We both have our own styles, but pretty much go after the same things within our scope of an interview, because we know what we're trying to get at. And when you talk about we miss a Mac. And so I don't know what you're trying to say. Oh, we miss S Mac. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry you missed S Mac. But he's still on deck. I'm the one that's off deck. But when you guys say I pioneered something or I'm the best at something, the defining factor to me is it's not that I'm the best. It's not that I'm great or none of that. Maybe a pioneer, yes, but What happens is this: people get confused. When you're watching something that's authentic and then you have something that's fake, it's like a guy that has on some real Jordans, and now you're looking at a guy with some fake Jordans. Like those fake Jordans aren't as attractive as the real Jordans. That's what you're seeing on some of these interviews. So when you say people are copying the questions or lying to questioning, they are. And sometimes it bothers me, but at other times it looks so weak and so fake and so copycatish that it doesn't bother me. It's like, man, what is this artificial stuff? And so that when I see that, it doesn't bother me because it's like fool don't even know why he's asking the question. The fool doesn't even realize what the man just said to him about people, places, dates, times, eras. So if you put everything I just said together, where I'm giving SMAC these high accolades, this high props, then there's Kelmac, and then there's everybody else. So yeah, we're a team. SMAC, Kelmac, we're a team. And then there's everybody else. That's how I see it. That's how I feel about when you guys mentioned the line of questioning that people copycat. Kevin Street TV helped pave the way for all these new hood YouTubers, and that's just a fact. That is a fact. But like I said, if there was no Alonzo, there probably would be no Kevin. Alonzo, and I'm not talking about YouTube. I'm talking about the internet. KMV started this gang YouTube shit, and Alonzo, of course, but KMV built that brand as the best. Again, like I don't like to get into who's the best, but I will say this: Asiatic Supreme, we definitely branded it as the most authentic. I know Suge and them say I'm too humble and I don't take no credit. I don't receive my flowers. Well, look, we definitely made a lot of history of people that had names in the streets, people that hadn't shared their stories before. Even when you look at some of the guys we interviewed, we brought them to you first. Even with the help of Melly Mel, he helped bring some guys to the channel that had never done interviews before. And that's my point. After they come on Mac videos, now they everywhere. They like a YouTube whore. They like hoes. Like, nigga, you know what I'm saying? I want to go give some pussy away over here. I want to go get him some pussy too. You know what I'm saying? That's what I like about Cutes. Cutes like, man, I don't need to share no history nowhere else. They could get all my history right here. Cuse don't have to do that. I try to tell Cuse a long time ago to start his own channel. People in the comment section ask Cuse to start his own channel. Cuse refuses to do that. Cuse said, get the history right here. I like that because now people can just go to one place. They don't have to worry about, oh, was he on this channel or that channel? Where can I find him? Just come right here. Get my video. OG Cutes. My man, my guy. Kelmac stole my publishing and he owes me royalties, dog. Well, guess what? Check your shit. Check your shit because every time I play the Barefoot Pookie song, you get the royalties, dog. Yeah, I'm sure you'll see some royalties whenever at the end of the month. You'll see some royalties. Check your shit. You're gonna be like, oh damn, the Barefoot Pookie song popping. Yeah, you go get your hamburger or some Hennessy, dog. Cause you ain't gonna be able to buy no car or nothing like that. But for real, that Barefoot Pookie song, bro, you on there, bro, for real. S-Mac and Corp, but thank you, brother. I don't want to shy away from your comment. Thank you for the Care Mac video intro and the rights to use it on my YouTube channel. Appreciate you, my brother. I mean, shit. You know, I didn't even want the song, but you were so cool with it, and you were so confident. You like, man, just listen to my music. I don't even listen to a lot of people's music because it's garbage. I listened and I liked it. I'll never forget, bro. You said, all right, I appreciate it. If you need anything, just let me know. Hell yeah, I need something. I need a Mac video intro. Boy, you put that thing together, man. So cold, so sweet. Good looking up. Freak Nick, Freak Nick. That's a nice Michael Jordan sweater. Laughing my eyes. Just kidding. I mean, you know, if I peel out, you know, I'm yellow and ain't got no muscles, no cuts, or nothing like that. I get talked about. Yeah, Fitzgerald's tracks are hard, dog. I like them. KMV brings a real documented history, no smut, and stays away from politics and all weirdo agendas. Boy, it's a lot of weirdos. They be sucking me in. They be trying to suck me in, though. You feel me? Um, I be wanting to bite, but I be like, man, I don't want to ruin the brand like that. But it might be time to blast somebody pretty soon. Like, when I blast them. So I don't want to do that stuff. It's so childish to me, and I feel like not only do we need to grow up and be more mature, because our daddies wasn't like this. Imagine your father. Look, imagine your father growing up in this era on YouTube, going off on each other, starting beefs, telling niggas to pull up. Man, you wouldn't respect your daddy back in the day. Ain't no way in hell you would respect your daddy acting like a little kid back in the day. So again, the eras have changed. Things are so much different now. Um, so I'm conscious of being a man and trying to be mature, but also the fact that you don't know who's watching. You don't know if your grandkids are watching, your nephews are watching. You don't know if somebody want to put you on TV or some type of contract for documentation or anything. You don't know who's watching. So to me, I'm conscious of that. And I even heard Baby Gangster say something. Baby Gangster said, man, shit, I love my life. I mean, he didn't say it in these words, but basically he loves his life and he's serious about his life and he don't want to put himself in a position where he's creating enemies for no damn reason. And that's how I am. I'm the same way. Like, why? Like, what do I need? We already did the enemy thing. We survived the growing up during the enemy era, like the active street era of Los Angeles. I want to go on YouTube and create enemies and piss people off. Like, I don't want to do that, especially if I have to be immature in doing it. Because these are back and forth games. These guys go back and forth with each other. You know what I mean? But good looking out. OG Steve. Before y'all, there was also a lot of misinformation as Crips spread from the west to the south and the east. I once met Crips who claimed they said originated in the Carolinas. They claimed notorious gangster Crip, but was talking about David Barksdale and Rep the Six. Absolutely. I don't get a lot of that anymore. I used to joke with my homie Slip Rock, rest in peace. So you know how long ago that was. I used to joke about how people would be like they this authentic Crip outside of California, and it sound good. And then they start talking about 5 and 6 point stars or pitchforks and stuff like that. And I'm like, what? Like, I don't know nothing about that shit. Like, what is that? Uh, so yeah, you're right, Steve, and good looking out. But that's what it was all about in the beginning, man. Just straightening out information, dog. And I didn't know how big this stuff was gonna grow. I thought it would be big, but I didn't really know because a lot of the older guys that's on YouTube now or watches YouTube now, they wasn't into social media back then. I can remember when Big U first got out, so like 2004. A lot of dudes wasn't on the internet. A lot of dudes didn't were afraid of change, getting with the modern technology. A lot of guys back then, you still like the rules hadn't completely changed yet. So back then, it was like, man, keep this shit off the net. But '05 shit started to change, and that's when I came out with the magazine in '05. So '05, even when I put out the magazine, issue one, issue two, I think that's about it. Issue one, issue two, maybe issue three. I don't remember who issue three was. But the first two or three magazines we did, there was a lot of blowback. There was a lot of blowback at first. Think about issue four with Barefoot Pookie on the cover. Everybody was on board. Issue five with Raymond on the cover in Tracy Prison. Everybody was on board. Issue six, Nipsey Hussle. There was no looking back. Everybody loved Nipsey. Everybody liked to see the Crenshaw and me. Me and us having the homie on the cover. And then I did issue seven by myself, working with Melly Mel and Baby Gangster, Cynthia Nunn, a little bit of AC Baba Louie. And I put out issue seven by myself, and that was it. I was like done, like enough of throwing away money and spending hours of not getting sleep, no sleep, just weeks and months of not sleeping. And I'm like, I'm cool on that shit. But yeah, and then the magazines were in not just California prisons, they were in federal prisons throughout the United States. Florida, New York. Well, I can't really. Yeah, New York, Florida, New York. Uh, shit, all over in Iraq. The dude was in the army. Iraq, I can't remember. Afghanistan, Iraq, Afghanistan. I don't really remember no other places, but they were buying it in the UK, Europe. Yeah, man. Hey, man, y'all got me reminiscing now. Hmm. Kev, when you stumbled on Alex Forum, what lit your fire to start your own forum? The misinformation? Yeah, it was the misinformation, but it was the fact that Alex Alonso wasn't receptive to the facts and information that myself and Baby S Mac and some of the other guys that were around back then was offering him. It was almost like, I ain't saying this how he felt, I ain't saying he said this, but it felt like he was this professor. He was this guy with a college degree and the first gang website. He was the go-to guy, the gang expert, the guy doing these documentaries. And so he felt like there was no one else that could be on his level or had legitimate information to offer to him. So that's how Kelmac was born. I started my own forum, a couple of different forums, built up my own following, and we would have fun, joke, clown, you know what I'm saying? Had ladies on there. We would go out. We even had some Southsiders on there. We would go out, man, drink, clown, listen to music. You know what I'm saying? We was building that brand, dog. We was building a brand, but the name changed. Chicago gangs influenced the South before California gangs, which makes a lot of sense. Mind you, though, mind you, some guys from Chicago moved to Los Angeles. Not a whole lot, but some do. I know Lil Looney, Lil Earl Dog, just to name a few, that came from Chicago to LA. And so uh, them dudes knew about gang banging and at least had roots from those type of areas. But yeah, so Chicago influence definitely. Got to remember, California wasn't going out to all these other states into the crack era. But other states had always been going to California. You feel me? From all the way from the East Coast down south, migrated to California. But California wasn't going east or south. So yeah, of course, Chicago would have more influence. But there's no denying when that crack era came, California hit 50 states, including Alaska. You know what I'm saying? And was on street corners, was in Motel Sixes, was in the Holiday Inns. You know what I mean? Everywhere with their influence and their dope. Sinbad came from Chicago as well, and he was one of the early bangers in Los Angeles. Well, yeah, well, of course that is the cause of the confusion, but don't underestimate the fakeness. That's why you always see the youngsters in California talk about other places of fake, because there's a lot of fakeness. I explained this before. It's like hip hop in LA. You had fake B-boys in LA. You had dudes pretending to be from New York, homie. You had dudes claiming to be from different boroughs. There was dudes talking about, I'm from the Bronx. I'm from the South Bronx. I'm from Brooklyn. I'm from uptown, downtown, all around. You know what I'm saying? I'm from Bed-Stuy. It was dudes faking in LA because they wanted to be B-boys. They wanted to be DJs. They wanted to be MCs. It's the same with the gangs, my brother. Don't even sleep on it. This fact. The gangs in other states, you had dudes that lying talking about they was from California. They wasn't lying saying they was from Chicago. They was lying saying they was from California or went to visit somebody in California. And so they would try to be authentic by saying that's how I got put on or this one, you know what I'm saying? And it was fake, my brother. It was fake. So if a nigga say he was from California, he's a C or a B or P or whatever else, he would have knew damn well wasn't no 5 and no 6-point stars. You know what I'm saying? So don't underestimate the fakeness, bro. It's not that they was confused. It's because they got it from somebody that made some shit up. These niggas ain't never been to New York in their life back in the day, back when I was in school. Lying like an MF. Just so it'd be cool to wear fat strings in their Adidas or Adidas with no strings. It was cool to wear a bomber jacket. Nigga, it's 75 degrees in LA and you got a bomber jacket with fur around the collar, nigga. Or around the hoodie. You feel me? It's the same shit, homie. It's the same thing. London in the house. What up, London? Oh, mamas. Candace, what's up with you, Candace? Oh, absolutely, man. I would screen people from my phone because I didn't know who the hell people was. I was trying my best to keep law enforcement and fake dudes that dwelled in false information. Yeah, so I had it that way. Kev, that Monster Cody interview was legendary. I watch it to this day. You the man at what you G's. I don't know what you're trying to say. Getting jacked for them bomber jackets was almost common at John Burroughs' 1983. Shaking my head, remember? Yeah, they were still in the memory only first. You're right. Good memory right there, Asiatic Supreme. I know you a real LA dude to remember that. Yeah, people were still in members onlys without question. And then, of course, the bomber jackets and even the starter jackets. Support the Kelmac live streams platform by hitting the like button if you forgot, or if you remember, click the like button on your way out. Kelmac is breaking things all the way down. Like I said, if you don't watch the lives, you may miss some gems. You may miss some things that you would like answered. So you just never know. Like you don't know what you're gonna. I don't know what I'm gonna bring to the internet. It just happens. I don't plan nothing out. I mean, obviously every now and then I might get somebody that we're gonna go on live or whatever. But I don't plan this shit out. I don't write this shit down. You just never know when the gems are gonna come, bro. What is Martinez and Gibby up to these days? Gibby's probably watching right now and probably like, WTF? Who is that? Oh man, my name is on the internet. Oh, they're chilling, man. We conversate. We have a group text. We have a group text with I think it's five of us on a group text, and so they text and stuff. I rarely text back, but I know Gibby watches these interviews and stays stays locked in. I was gonna come on here. My original title tonight was "What's for dinner." I was gonna ask y'all what y'all eating for dinner tonight. Then I said, "Nah, I ain't gonna do that one. I'm just ask you two what's crazy." So while we're here, tell me what you guys eating for dinner tonight. I need some ideas, man. Go out and buy me something to eat, man. I was supposed to go grocery shopping the last two times I had some money, but my dumb ass like fast food too much. I'm sprung on this fat burgers and this Mexican food and sprung with eating steaks and potatoes at a damn bar. So when I go to the bar, I got a drink. So I think this is the last meal I'm gonna actually buy for a while. I gotta go to the grocery store, man. But yeah, I'm gonna go get something to eat. So what are y'all eating tonight? Oxtails and rice? I don't like oxtails. I can always go for some rice. Fried chicken and fries sounds good to me. I need to be over there. Pork chops, rice, and potato, that's pretty decent. I stay away from the pork chops nowadays. When I was younger, though, love me some pork chops. I just try to stay away from that, but it sounds good. I would eat that shit tonight. Keep it as simple with some bread. That's too simple for me. I got bread. That's all I got in here. I got bread. That's all I got is bread. Asparagus and salmon. I can't eat the salmon. Asparagus sound good. Barbecue chicken wings. My teeth too weak for barbecue chicken wings. I can't go for the barbecue chicken wings unless you make them. Unless they're made where they fall off the bone. No, I'm not vegan. I'm not vegan at all. I'm not a healthy eater at all. Just told you, dog. Pay attention. I'm sprung on fat burger, homie. I just said I gotta eat them steaks and potatoes. Just said, man. No, I'm not vegan, man. I'm a wild eater, man. I eat horrible. I eat very bad, but I try to eat in moderation. Try not to eat too much. Problem is, when you got a big stomach, you gotta fill that stomach up. Why you think fat girls always got a lot of money? Like I've never met a fat girl with no money. Fat girls always got a fat purse, a fat pocketbook, and a fat ass bank account. This is my first time here. Love your stuff, kid. Oh, okay, Lee. You need to stop by more often, man. You know, sometimes we drop gems, sometimes we have a little fun. Tuna fish sandwich. I love tuna sandwiches, man. For a person who don't like seafood, I love tuna fish. Well, you in the South, homie. All the ladies are fat. Like, I understand in the South. Let me rephrase that. In Los Angeles, in a big city like LA, all fat girls got money. Let me tell you, this is how you know a fat girl got money. Like her feet, she got big feet, big toes. So that's a lot of nail polish that got to go on them toes, right? Fat girls in LA like to wear nice clothes. Like, you know what I'm saying? So they gotta spin to look nice, right? They keep their hair done like fat girls in LA usually have long, pretty hair. They usually have some long hair, so they gotta keep their hair done. Usually drive a nice car. You're not gonna see a fat girl in a Prius. Fat girl ain't jumping out no Pinto or nothing like that, right? Fat girls be jumping out of SUVs, man, trucks, right? I'm just saying though, man. And have you ever seen them eat? Like, I've been to skinny girls' houses in LA. You know what they cook for dinner? They might cook a piece of chicken, some string beans, and a little bit of mashed potatoes. Man, you go to a fat girl house full, she gonna have about 12 drumsticks, nigga, 10 chicken wings. She gonna have extra mashed potatoes. So if you eat them and you want some more, there's some more left. She gonna have plenty of string beans left over. She gonna have dessert, nigga. She ain't gonna have a slice of cake. She gonna have a whole cake. I'm telling you, man, get you a fat girl in LA, nigga. She gonna have some money. I'm telling you, they drive. Man, I just said all that in a nutshell. They drive nice cars. I don't know about to have good jobs, but maybe. They definitely gonna dress nice. It's just what fat girls do. But fat girls got to get some money, dog. My man said if she's fat, she better have a wagon back there. I heard that. Yeah, fat girl with no money is definitely an oxymoron. Fat girls got some. I ain't even gonna go there. Probably because they greedy, like they used to putting things in their mouth and they used to swallowing it. So that's probably why, Fitzgerald. But I ain't gonna go there though. They big out here in North Carolina, allegedly on average. Three kinds of hot sauce, some sweet tea, and lemonade. Okay, cuz, get off the gas, Kev. I like them big. Ain't nothing wrong with no big girl. Bro, I'm just telling you how they are, dog. Ain't nothing wrong with no big girl. Nigga. Like, everybody's baby mama done got fat, right? If you had a baby mama 20, 30 years ago, she probably wasn't fat. If you had a high school sweetheart, she probably wasn't fat when y'all was in high school. Show me a picture of her today. Show me what you're working with today if you're still with her. Just show me. Show me your kid's mama right now. Guarantee she ain't what she was in high school. Look at Crystal. Crystal was 89 pounds when she graduated from high school. Look at her now. She 289. She put on 200 pounds since she became moderator of KMV Live Stream. As Austin, Texas. Austin's trying to marry her. Austin wants to hook up with her. I'm just joking, Crystal. I love you. I love you. Thanks for all your help. You know how we shoot at each other, though. You'll be shooting at me sometime, and I won't shoot back. But I'm shooting tonight. I'm shooting tonight. The truth that it goes. C-Town as well with big girls in the South. a pick of the litter. So it's about the heart of the girl to get the money. All right, all right. But if you got a good job, you don't need no heart. I gotta get on Crystal, man, because we don't know how Crystal look. Somebody asked me, like, man, Crystal really that big? I'm like, man, I don't know how big Crystal is. I ain't never seen her. Crystal might be a man. For all I know, Crystal and Western Ave are twin brothers. Like, I don't know Crystal. I don't know Western Ave. They go Austin, Texas. What up, Austin? Austin, so I'm going to relay a message. But I'm going to keep it 100 with you, Austin. Somebody told me to tell you, tone it down. You know, you're a little wild with it. You're very messy with it. But I said, Austin, Texas, it's a lot of people that agree with Austin, Texas. Like Austin, Texas, he may be retarded, but he ain't no dummy. This nigga surfs the internet like a white boy surfs the Pacific Ocean. This nigga's all over YouTube. He know who's hating, who's backbiting, who's being messy, who's being fake, and all that. So Austin, Texas holds a little weight on YouTube. You don't have to like him. You don't have to respect him. Some of the shit he be saying be on point. It be truthful. So I had to let it be known, Austin, Texas, that a lot of people agree with some of the things you be saying, homeboy. It don't matter if a girl is skinny or big or what. If the girl got a booty, I'm down. Damn, man, you sound like the dude in the county jail. Like, nigga, we just in the county jail. You ain't even got sentenced yet. And all you care about is a big booty. See, you don't care if it's a man or a woman. All you see is a big booty. See, booty ain't enough for me because anybody can have a booty. A cow can have a booty. A dog can have a booty. A man. It got to be something different, if you know what I'm talking about. Got to have something that you can stick it in that ain't a rectum. You feel me? Then you don't have to worry about, you know, slipping before you get your life sentence. But hey, I'm out of here, y'all. I had fun with y'all, man. I'm about to go get me some Mexican food and a margarita and blow my money. And I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna come back on tonight, man. For those of you that's still up, I had a good time, man. Ran my mouth for a whole hour. Can't believe it. I'm out of here, y'all. Good looking out to the partners, Freak Nick, Shotty Mac, OG Steve. Appreciate y'all, man. Y'all have a good one.